blighted, and the blight feels really weird. The gods corrupted her.
We weren't expecting blight. Now
what we came to do. She's blighted, and the blight feels really weird. The gods corrupted her.
we weren't expecting blight. Now what do we do?
What we came to do. Satan!
It's gone, but it's wounded.
Gillenane will heal it. Then it'll come back stronger. If only we were faster or figured out its weaknesses a little quicker.
Or able to keep it grounded.
Take the win. Dragon's still out there, but it could have been worse. It would have been worse if you weren't here.
The dragon in Treviso. We could still help.
Let's go. Hold on, Laconis. We're on our way. We chased away the dragon in Minrathis. Did you kill the one?
We did not.
That monster flew around the city for hours before it left, utterly out of reach.
It rained ice on the city and spread blight in the canals. Treviso survives for now, as do the crows. But
how bad is it?
bad. To what extent, I cannot say. We're still tallying what we've lost. And who.
You're a Grey Warden. Can anything be done about the blight in the waterways?
First, block off the affected canals. Warn away everyone you can. The Wardens might have something more, but we may have worse coming with the gods.
Just...
Be idle. There are people to save and Antam to be made examples of. The city must know who did this. Give us time, Rook. If you truly wish to help, the crows will have work.
The others, Nev, are they all right?
They are.
Then I can focus on Treviso. Once we find our footing, the blood of these gods will flow.
Blighted dragons, Darkspawn obeying the Venatori? Maybe Solus will know something.
You had me followed. Inquired about me.
I needed to be sure. The Knight Commander.
Lanos is playing for the other side, so Tarquin's...
My uncle once saw the Byramtas hunting while out at sea. She was... right from the water. She was the most majestic thing. Damn shame.
Well, I'm glad you decided to come over to our side.
Against the Venatori. The pay's worse, but I sleep better.
A blighted dragon. In the middle of the city. It would have been much worse, too, if it were allowed to rampage.
Unvenatory troublesome.
Everyone's talking about how you helped drive off the dragon. I'm glad I wasn't anywhere near the area.
I really got nothing for you.
Do Templars really not have authority over mages in Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
A Grey Warden? Are you all right?
Warden Rook. I'm Vesta.
What happened?
I'm here to help the Shadow Dragons, fighting Darkspawn in the catacombs. There weren't many when we started, but then the others said to run. Get help. We can't leave the Darkspawn. If they escape into the city...
Just sit tight.
Do Templars really not have authority over mages in Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Depends on the Templar. depends on who's bought their loyalty.
What do you do when the authorities can't be trusted to do the right thing?
That's how I keep busy.
Are we here for the Shadow Dragons?
I trade news with the Shadows, but it takes more than one source to get along here. Besides, I was doing this before they came knocking, before Varric, too, right here in Docktown.
Not as fancy as I expected.
Because Tevinter mages are rich and power-hungry?
Some of the buildings here float.
The Imperium earned its reputation, but not through me. Not my style. Come on. There's paper sellers all over here.
Want to see if they got your name right?
Most papers don't say much, but read between the lines and you pick up a thing or two. I'm not here as much lately. I'll take what news I can get. Let's grab a few copies. We'll see if we can find Balara's cereals, too. All right, let's go.
So, before Varric, before the Shadows, you worked for...
Same as now. People who find me and have jobs worth taking. Docktown people, runaways, the desperate.
And you do this on your own?
I've got contacts, informants, people I cross paths with, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's just me. Okay, keep an eye out for paper sellers. We'll start on the north side of Lower City.
How many do we need?
Don't worry, I'm paying. Let's get started.
We'll take a paper.
Best
Thanks.
word in Docktown. Right here.
This one quotes several magisters, several lies.
How'd you fall in with the Shadows?
I'd worked with some of them before. Not that they were upfront about it.
What changed?
I was after a missing person. The Viper was hunting slavers. Our paths had the same end.
And your missing person?
Viper!
Free and breathing when we finished. The Shadows brought me in after that.
Viper spotted at a local fish fry.
One, please.
I'll save this one for the Viper.
So most of the time you work here alone. You like it that way?
It's easier.
But you like us, right?
You're all right.
Another rebellion? Here's what we know. What
One
happened
paper.
in Marnus
Thanks.
First hand. And account.
I've got a contact who works this area. Let's see if he's around.
What about this one?
You've got a
good name. I was starting to think my good name was Latte. Go on, take a closer look. Okay. The charm's good against all manner of curses and manipulation. Fair price. And you won't find better in the Circle District.
You won't find better at the Circle, but you will off the docks. For half the price and twice the enchantment.
Nev.
Alec?
Oh, if you say it's... thanks, I'll pass. Sorry.
Hey, if I'd known, I would have told you. Come back next week. I'll buy another paper.
I write them myself. The Magisters. They don't print the truth.
Most honest thing I'll hear today. What about you? Is there something you're buying, my friend?
Maybe another time. Today, I'm here to meet Nev's friends. Rook, by the way.
Friends? All right, then. Alec Tava. Does this mean we're even for...
No. But if you've got any news...
Not much that'd interest you.
We chased a relic through Docktown. The buyer was Venatori, but the smuggler belonged to the Thread Crime Syndicate. You're a Thread?
We don't deal with cultists. Your smuggler broke the rules. She's out.
And the Venatori?
There's been more in Docktown. Boss says it's under control. But between us, I don't like it.
Then it's worth keeping an eye on. If you hear anything...
So will you.
You know a member of the Thread Crime Syndicate, personally.
Don't tell me you're surprised.
With you? I thought surprise was a given.
Careful. Surprises here lead to trouble.
Trouble's not always a bad thing.
All right. Come on. If we want more gossip, we need more papers. Let's head to the south side.
You've lived in Darktown your whole life.
Since I was born. Unless I'm out of the city for a job. Had a few apartments around town. The current one, it's not the lighthouse, but it's mine.
You've been an investigator for a while.
It's not a short story.
You've made it this far. Is there a secret?
Trust people enough to get things done, not enough to get you killed.
And that's how you stay out of trouble?
No, but it's the best shot you've got.
The best cereal in Min Rathas. The latest chapter is here. Circle District
We'll
Gossip.
take one.
Read the latest.
One of Belle's cereals. Great. You know, that Eric hired me not far from here. Come on, Slick. Stop a ritual. Save the world. It'll be fun. I should have said no.
Look around and you'll find something. We've got... I don't know.
I came down
something
here
you
to
might need?
procure particular items. I'm told Darktown is a discreet place to shop.
Artifacts, armor, a bit of everything.
Read the latest.
The real news in Docktown. Get it here. Scandal and enchantment. Read it here first.
The best cereal in Min Rathas. The latest
The real
chapter
news
is
in
here.
Docktown. Get it here. Scandal and enchantment. Read it here first. The real news in Docktown. Get it here.
Circle District Gossip. Read the latest.
Scandal and enchantment. Read it here first. The real news in Docktown. Get it here.
The best cereal
Scandal
in
and
Min
enchantment.
Rathas. The
Read
latest
it here
chapter
first.
is here.
The real news in Docktown. Get it here.
Please come again, I guess.
Scandal
Come
and
to buy?
enchantment.
I'm sure we
Read
can
it
strike
here
a deal.
first. The real news in Docktown. Get it here. Scandal and enchantment. Read it here first. The real news in Docktown. Get it here. Scandal and enchantment. Read it here first.
Enough to meet mortal needs.
Circle District
The
Gossip.
real news
Read
in
the
Docktown.
latest.
Get it here! Scandal and enchantment! Read it here first!
Paper. Thanks.
The real news in
I think we've got
Dogtown.
enough.
Get it here!
What now?
Now I'm starving, and I know the best place in the city.
Doing all right?
Huh? Yeah. I'm good.
The lighthouse doesn't have this.
What?
A view of the water. I don't know, it helps me think. But we've got places to be. Come on.
You! This fish won't eat itself. I said next time you were here, it was free.
Sure thing, Hal. Next time.
Yeah, it's always something.
Joining Varric. Us. Do you really wish you'd said no?
No. I just have a bad habit of picking jobs that go sideways. You think I'd learn?
I'm the same way, taking jobs that go wrong. I'm basically a walking disaster.
So you're saying I'm a disaster?
I'm saying you're not alone.
Varric said this job would end with Solus. We'd stop a ritual, then I'd walk away. But those gods escaped. Not much of a win. And if the world falls, the city goes too. It's not like I'll find work then.
Is that why you said yes? To save Minrathous?
People will tell you Minrathous is broken. And they're right. It's corrupt. Petty. Saving the world won't fix it. I take the small wins, Rook. Hal's serving fish another day. Getting past the next scrape alive. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you get more. But the tables always turn. It's better if you know it's coming.
We, got in over our heads, didn't we?
Same old story.
The gods weren't a twist?
I've seen worse.
Then I'm glad you stuck around.
Misery loves company. You read the notes on the Circle Road case?
The murdered Magister's aide? Killed with an arrow instead of magic. Hard to get an angle like that.
It is. Where would you take it from?
I don't know the place that well, but there's a tower not far that would get a clean shot. And good cover.
But if you were angry and in a hurry, if the shot were more lucky than planned.
Well, there's that bridge. Wait. Why are you asking me?
I finished out the list.
Dragon driven from Miranda Street. Rumors circulate. Who led the charge?
All together, get them!
Let's go! Coming at range.
Team up here!
We're on fire! Look out!
Making the rest of us look bad, Brooke.
Still standing, not bad. Your warden contacts.
advice on befriending abomination.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
When last we spoke, you were hunting for followers of Elganan and Gillenane in hopes of finding specifics. Has your search been successful?
You could say that. It looks like both the Venatori and the Antam are working for Elganan and Gillenane.
Unsurprising. The Venatori want magical secrets, and the Antam want to destroy anyone opposing their brutal expansion. Both will readily bow to anyone who promises them power.
And now we've seen that power firsthand. The Antam and the Venatori both have dragons doing their bidding.
Dragons? That is worse than I had feared.
Yeah. We drove off the one the Venatori brought into Minrathous. Barely.
Have you determined how the dragons are being directed? If it is blood magic, it may be possible to disrupt their control.
The dragons were blighted. We think that's what let the gods control them.
The blight. Of course.
The blight seems to be the gods' favorite tool right now. We ran into Venatori who could control Darkspawn.
Elganon would not bestow such power unless the Darkspawn were to serve as the main force of his army. And I suspect Gillenane will see the Darkspawn as new subjects for her modifications.
We've already run into a few Darkspawn nobody has seen before. That's in addition to the blighted dragons.
That is the fate Elganon and Gillenane planned for this world then. Corruption and blighted slavery.
Stop acting like you're so much better than they are. Your bullshit ritual would have destroyed the world just as badly.
Do you truly believe my goal was to destroy this world?
I believe your goal, like you said, was to transfer the gods to a better prison. The one you're stuck in now. And you were willing to tear down the Veil and destroy this world while you did so.
The Veil is a wound I cut into the Fade in a moment of desperation, while making their prison. It should not exist. I had a host of spirits ready to help when the Veil fell. They would have minimized the loss of life.
Do you have any idea what you sound like? You could have actually saved the world from the Blight, but instead you chose to kill thousands of people with your vanity project.
It is not vanity. I broke this world. I am the only one who can fix it.
Spoken like a god.
I am not a god. I am as I have always been. A man. All too aware of his failings. But equally aware that if he did not act, accepting the judgment it would bring, all would be lost. They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
I've got enough problems right now as it is. That's one for future Rook to deal with.
Pragmatism. You will focus on the present, knowing that someday you will face the consequences of your choices. I believe I can work with that. If the gods are using dragons, you will wish to find someone trained to fight them. Have you unlocked the Lighthouse Illuvian?
Yes. We found the crossroads. It's still confusing, though.
I cannot help you from in here. You may need to find an expert in the magic of the Fade. And if the Darkspawn are to be Elganon's army, you will need Grey Wardens to fight them.
I've got a few of them, and I'm a warden myself. Maybe that's enough?
Doubtful. You will want an army. And I believe you will find a way to obtain one. You seem to have a knack for gaining the cooperation of your adversaries.
Solus thinks we need a dragon hunter and a Fade expert.
I wouldn't trust the Dreadwolf, but he's not wrong about us needing a dragon hunter. I've been a warden for a while. Seen some pretty awful things. But what the dragon did to Treviso? I'll never get that out of my head. Lucana stayed. Said he'd be back soon, but at least you took care of yours.
We hurt it, but didn't kill it. The dragon flew off before we could put it down.
A dragon hunter would have helped him in Rathus, that's for sure.
Don't remind me. Fewer people injured and we wouldn't have to worry about it coming back.
We can't forget the second dragon in Treviso. We should see how we can help, but we're without Lucanus until he's done helping the crows. Who knows how long?
Hey, let's not get stuck in our regrets, all right?
Just so we're clear, you're taking advice from this elven god, Solus. The Solus who tried to tear down the Veil? You really trust him?
Of course I don't trust him. He's the only option we have. If it makes you feel better, we've checked every piece of information he gave us.
That does make me feel better.
So a Fade expert and a dragon hunter. I'll ask around about dragon hunters and see what turns up. Come talk to me in a bit.
And I've been corresponding with someone about the lighthouse's reverberative oscillations and the resulting dimensional peculiarities. Oh, sorry. Not relevant. I'll get a message through to a Fade expert immediately.
See, Rook? Nothing to worry about.
All right. We all know what to do. Let's get going.
The fires are lit.
So I put the word out for dragon hunters, and I've heard back about someone who might work. It's a woman named Tosh from a group of Ravani treasure hunters called the Lords of Fortune.
Sounds promising.
An agent for the Lords said that Tosh is working on a mission for them along the Ravane coast. If we help her, she'll be free to join us and fight any blighted dragons the gods throw our way.
What do you know about what's going on in Ravane right now?
Not much more than you do. Varric and I never went there while hunting Solus. The Kunari were on pretty good terms with Ravane, but that was before the Antam military broke away from the rest of the Kun. I wouldn't be surprised if the Antam invaded Ravane like they did Treviso and Eastern Tevinter.
All right. Guess we'll be ready. Well, we need the support. Guess we're headed to Ravane.
Time to find out if the crossroads can get us to an alluvion in that area. We'll head out whenever you're ready.